under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. (3.02) Motion to open public session hearing on 2024-2025 district-wide school safety plan. Ready to read it.
Good evening.
Oh, 1 second.
Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby open the public hearing on the 2024-2025 district-wide school safety plan at this time.
So moved. All in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Darren?
Good evening. This is an annual process where we open up the district-wide safety plan draft for 30-day comment for the public. This is a requirement by New York State education law. And in general, we would go over any changes being made in the current draft proposed plan. And if you had asked me at the end of June if there was any changes, I would have said no, because the draft was pretty much a rollover from the year before. However, in July, State Ed passed some changes to Ed Law 155.17 that required a few amendments to our plan. And so I just wanted to go over those with you, just a brief couple of slides. The first amendment that came out in the July changes was that the district safety team shall now include bus drivers and monitors. So we had a bus driver on our district-wide safety plan as well as our transportation supervisor, but the language specific to what stakeholders are to be comprised of the committee specifically was noted and changed to say you must also include bus drivers and monitors. So we changed on page 6 of our draft, which is posted on our website. We said that representatives shall now include. I won't read them all, but we included bus drivers and monitors. So that was the first change. That there's probably about 8 or 9 changes that was codified in July. Most of them we already had in our plan anyway. On page 12, this will be a new to-do item that will make sure our buildings are now following with fidelity. Parents and guardians shall be notified within 1 week prior to a drill taking place. So we have 12 mandatory drills a year, 8 are evacuation, also known as fire, and 4 are lockdown drills. So the new rule says that the schools must notify the parent community a week in advance. It doesn't have to say specifically what day or time, just that, hey, next week there will be a drill of the following type. So we had to codify that in our district-wide safety plan, saying that parents shall be notified within 1 week. Also, changes included, the language that suggests that oops, I should advance the slide up.
Thank you.
Language that would suggest that the the drills are to be conducted in a trauma-informed manner, meaning that we're not to conduct a drill in any way that might cause high anxiety or stress or fear in any of our students. So if we were going to do a lockdown drill, which would be the drill that would probably cause the most anxiety, we're not to mimic any kind of real world scenarios, bring in any actors to be fake school shooters or any of that kind of thing, or do anything else that would perhaps cause any kind of stress and anxiety for our students. And we're to announce all lockdown drills or all drills in general that this is in fact a drill. And then finally, the last main change that we needed to add to our district-wide safety plan as a result of what came out in July was just the change in the order of the drills. We've had a requirement that said 8 out of our 12 mandatory drills must commence before December 31st. They're still saying 8 must be conducted prior to December 31st. However, 2 of them must be lockdown drills. So you're going to have a minimum of 6 evacuation drills and 2 lockdown drills prior to December 31st. And the balance of those drills, the balance of the 4 remaining drills will be at some point thereafter. So that is the gist of the changes that are now codified in our draft and reflect the new language that was adopted in July. So if anyone has any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Lokima. Do we have any questions? Dr. Vaughn, please.
Assistant Superintendent Lokima, thank you for all your work on this that you do with the district safety team throughout our 15 buildings. I just want to clarify, these changes were all made through state legislation, correct? That we are implored to follow, correct?
That is 100% correct.
Very good. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Darren. Move on to 3.04, community input on the district school safety plan. Anybody signed up? Motion to close 3.05, motion to close the public hearing.
Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby close the public hearing and resumes the board meeting.
Nominated by Peggy, second by Keith. I'm sorry, second by Keith. All in favor? Unanimous. 4.01, public comments on agenda items. If there's anyone signed up for public comments. We're going to waive the reading on public comments. Moving on to 4.02, communications announcements received by the Board of Education. Peggy?
Yes, Cheryl Megitz and I attended a conference of the New York State School Boards Association in Albany. It was very valuable, and we brought back lots of good ideas and materials for the district. Also, there was a virtual presentation of the summer law updates from NYSBA also. And that was attended in the district office on both Thursday and Friday mornings by Trustee Marie Johnson, Trustee John Morgan, Trustee Mike McFarland, myself, and Mr. Lokima and Mrs. Harris. Did I miss anyone? I think I got them all. And also there was another full-day workshop on summer law, which was presented by the Mid-Hudson Study Council, and that was attended by Mrs. Megitz, Mr. Morgan, myself, Mr. Lokima, Mrs. Harris, Dr. Bonk, and Nancy Biner. So that was also valuable. And finally, this past week, I attended a virtual meeting as our district legislative liaison with the representative, and NYSBA people, with the representative of Congressman Ryan's office, where we discussed issues of importance to the school board. Thank you.
Anyone else? Well, thank you, Peggy, for all that information. 4.03, committee report on the board representatives. Sorry. Good. Oh. Superintendent's report, 5.01. Dr. Bonk.
Thank you, President McFarland, members of the Board of Education, members of the Wappinger Central School District community. As you know, we believe it or not, have hit the midpoint of August. I'm not sure where the summer went, but it's going, and it's going quickly. That being said, there's been a tremendous amount of work that has occurred here in the school district. You've seen a lot of building and grounds improvements. I want to thank Director Broas and our facilities and operations department for all of the work that they've done this summer. As you can imagine, with the heat, lack of rain, flooding, rain, it's been quite a roller coaster, and they've done an exceptional job of making sure that our grounds have been accessible to anyone that wants to use them, and we're certainly preparing them for fall sports. In addition to that, we've had about 1,000 students who have participated in summer activities. I see Principal Costabile is here from our extended school year program. Principal DiStefano, who works with our secondary summer school. And also we've had elementary and junior high academic intervention and enrichment services that have also gone on during the summer. So I'd like to thank our staff who have put forth a tremendous effort. I'd like to thank our community for rising to the challenge and being a part of this. It's certainly something that I will continue to recommend that we continue over the coming years. So with that, you're going to be receiving some information from the district within the next couple of weeks with some important dates. And shortly thereafter, as we get toward the end of August, you will be receiving information for your specific school building from our building principals. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bonk. 6.01, tax rate presentation. Ms. Dainty.
Good evening. This evening, we will be reviewing the tax rates for the 24-25 school year. They are proposed at this point in time, and a resolution for their approval will be next on the agenda. So first of all, thank you this evening for taking the time to allow us to provide you with this tax rate presentation as we start to build our future together. That's the superintendent's new theme for the year.
I like that, Ms. Dainty.
You're welcome, sir.
Well put, well put.
Sir. So again, thank you to the Board of Education as well as the senior staff team. This is a team effort as we prepare these tax rates annually, and this is based on the tax levy that was approved, thank you, by the voters of the Wappinger Central School District community. So the school tax rates are calculated based on three factors: assessments, which are the value of the real property; equalization rates, which are set by New York State; and also the tax levy, which we did approve at the May vote. The school tax rates, the tax cap does not necessarily apply to the tax rates, it applies to the tax levy. So when a taxpayer reviews their bill, those three factors that I had just indicated all apply to the bill, and that's why the 2% does not necessarily directly relate to the rate. This year, during our tax cap calculation, we did have two exclusions, one for the capital levy and one for the New York State employee retirement system. As a quick recap of what occurred in May, we have a tax levy of $190 million that would be allocated among 7 municipalities. 5 of them are in Dutchess County, 2 of them are in Putnam County. And this year we did again have the fortunate opportunity to receive an increase in state aid of approximately $5 million, and also planned usage of the general fund balance, which meant this was less of a burden to our taxpayers. Reviewing our revenue, we have that increase in state aid. You can see that in the yellow, approximately 29.11% of our budget. We indicated also that planned fund balance usage of approximately 1.42%, and the proposed levy makes up the remaining 68.57%. So how do we calculate these school taxes? The first factor that I had discussed was assessments. These are the property values that are provided by each town assessor. They are received by the district in late July, early August. The district did approve clergy and firefighter exemptions in 24-25. And this year, in addition to Poughkeepsie, we had East Fishkill, Fishkill, and Wappinger all have taxpayers who received this partial exemption. The second factor that we had discussed was equalization rates, and they are set by New York State. So these, for the technical term, is a percentage of full values at which taxable real property for a municipality is assessed. Basically, what that means, when your equalization rate is 100%, that means your market values are the same as your assessed values. As you can see, we have four towns, 3 until last year, that all have equalization rates that are below 100%. Poughkeepsie is a new add this year. So again, falling equalization rate means market values are rising faster than your assessed values. That has an inverse impact on tax rates. And the tax levy, which we all are quite aware of, that's the total amount of money to be raised by the school district, and it's the portion of that budget that is funded by the taxes. When we look at the 23-24 levy and compare it to 24-25 and what those rates look like, on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see the data that supports the information that's on the left. So in Dutchess County, the average 24-25 tax rate per $1,000 is $15.19. That's a 36-cent per thousand increase, 36 cents increase per thousand for 23-24. And in 24-25, the non-homestead tax rate per thousand is $20.18, which is actually a reduction from the previous school year. This reduction in the non-homestead is due to Putnam County non-homestead property valuation change. So when the district has to take the levy, it gets broken out to two pieces, homestead and non-homestead, and then within each of those categories, there's the 7 municipalities. So that's why there's a change in that non-homestead rate. When we look at the 24-25 tax rates and compare them to the last 2 school years, you will see that the taxable assessed values reflect small changes for these homestead taxpayers in Dutchess County. And these do include the clergy and firefighter exemptions. But they continue to show stability and growth in certain towns. We do have those reductions in LaGrange and Poughkeepsie, but for the most part, everything is pretty stable. We're very, very happy to see that. All of our historical data on school taxes is available on our website, and if you happen to view this presentation, you can just click directly on these links, and it'll bring you to past year's presentations as well as information. Through our continued work, Wappingers has been able to present and prepare a fiscally responsible budget that includes long-term planning, that realizes solid property values within our towns and villages in Dutchess County, consistent equalization rates, and minimal increases in the tax levy for our taxpayers. And that's how we continue to build our future together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dainty. Does anybody have any questions, Mrs. Dainty, before she steps off the podium? I think that was a very clear understanding of how this came about.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Dainty.
All right, 6.02, approval of the 24-25 tax rates.
Be it resolved that at 8:04 p.m. in accordance with, I apologize. Be it resolved that in accordance with section 1307 of the Real Property Tax Law, the Board of Education on August 12th, 2024 at 8:04 p.m. does hereby authorize the district clerk to certify to the chief financial officer of each town listed below the amount of the 2024-2025 school taxes to be levied on the real property located in that portion of the school district. Do you want me to, I don't have to, do you want me to read each?
No, just go to the next
Okay.
be it resolved.
Sorry. I prefer not to, that's why I asked, but thank you, Doctor. Be it further resolved that the Board of Education does hereby authorize the district clerk on August 12, 2024, at approximately 8:05 p.m. to certify to the chief fiscal officer of each town listed below the amount of town assessors' omitted school taxes to be levied on the real property located in that portion of the school district. To collect taxes in the total sum of $190,231,957, less the STAR reimbursement amount as provided by the appropriate governmental authority, in the same manner that collectors are authorized to collect town and county taxes in accordance with the provisions of Section 1318 of the Real Property Tax Law. And be it further resolved that the tax rates for each town per 1,000 of assessed value as follows. And be it further resolved that the Board of Education approve the 2024-2025 true value tax rate for the district at $14.78. The 2024-2025 tax collection dates are as follows: September 16th, 2024 through October 15th, 2024, regular collection, October 16th, 2024 through October 31st, 2024, 2% penalty.
So moved. Motion? So moved. Keith, second by Peggy. All in favor? Unanimous? Thank you.
Thank you very much. And just a reminder, if you all could see the district clerk this evening on your way out, the 7 warrants need to be signed by each of you. Thank you very much.
Consent agenda 7.01, consent agenda resolution. Marie?
I request to remove 7.03, line 15.
Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby approve the following consent agenda items as stated. 7.02, 7.03, minus, excuse me, minus item number 15, 7.04, 7.05, 7.06, 7.07, 7.08, 7.09, 7.10, 7.11.
Marie Johnson? Second. So moved. Second. Keith? All in favor?
Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby approve the following consent agenda items as stated. 7.03, line 15.
So moved. Second by Peggy, nominated by Marie. All in favor? Unanimous? No, I'm sorry. Oh, you opposed, no? New business, 8.01, approval of the new charter chapter, Van Wyck Junior High School.
Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby approve the new first-year club charter of Van Wyck Junior High School as submitted, the Travel Club.
Peggy nominated, Marie Johnson, second. All in favor? No discussion on it? Okay.
I think it's a cool club.
Yeah. 8.02, approval to attend the 2024 NYSSBA Board Officers Academy.
Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby approve the Board of Education President and Vice President to attend the 2024 Board Officers Academy live virtual session at the cost of $140 member rate registration fee. This session may be viewed at the district office. There will be no reimbursement for travel or meals since this is a virtual event.
Nominated Peggy, second by Eddie. All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you. 8.03, approval to join the Lower Hudson Education Coalition.
Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby elect to join the Lower Hudson Education Coalition for the 2024-2025 school year for an annual membership fee of $925.
Nominated by Peggy, second by Marie Johnson. Any discussion? All in favor? (8.04) Approval of payments to PHP.
Be it further resolved that the board hereby authorizes the district to process for payment the invoice in the amount of $2,306 submitted by PHP for its professional appellate printer services in connection with the litigation matter entitled TS versus Wappinger Central School District and Roy C. Ketchum High School, presently pending in the appellate division, second department.
All in favor? Motion, I'm sorry, Marie Johnson, second by Keith. All in favor? Unanimous. 9.01, board membership may request additional agenda items, discussed items on request for information. No additional requests? 10.01, comments from the public. No comments from the public. You want to read that? Yep. 11.01, Board President will ask a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby adjourn the August 12th, 2024 Board of Education meeting. The time is now 8:12 p.m.
Nominated Virgil, second by Peggy. All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you, everyone.